Hi guys, so I am Vitushi Gupta, your host and dost, back with the 5th episode of Sunday Breath Season 2 QuickTakes. So today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of behavioral economics or consumer psychology with a guest who brings over 14 years of experience in the marketing domain. I would like to introduce our guest for today, that's Mr. Binit Kumar, who is currently serving as the DGM Marketing and the P&L Owner at Dabur. He is not just a marketing leader, but a strategic visionary who has left a significant mark in blue chip companies. Mr. Binit is adept at driving business goals across various brands, geographies, and different channels. So, drawing from a robust foundation in marketing fundamentals, Mr. Binit's expertise is enriched by the teachings of renowned thought leaders such as Mark Ritson. What sets him apart from others is his application of behavioral economics principles inspired by different luminaries to influence the consumer decision making and shape their choice architecture. So join me today as I unravel the intricacies of behavioral economics and its impacts on marketing strategies with Mr. Binit Kumar, a true trailblazer in the field.
What is behavioral science? Behavioral science is about studying the behavior of humans and animals. Lately, behavioral science as a subject has recently caught attention from a lot of people, all thanks to two gentlemen, Daniel Kahneman and Rory Sutherland, who has worked across their field to make this particular subject very popular. In a day, on an average, we make around 2,000 to 3,000 decisions, starting from what color of t-shirt to wear, what color of shirt to wear, whether I'm going to fold my sleeve, what kind of color of socks I'm going to pick up, I'm going to comb my hair to the right side or to the left side, and so on and so forth. Just imagine if you spend a lot of time thinking about these decisions, by the time even half an hour or 1 hour of your day, you'll feel exhausted. As human beings, we are cognitive misers. We don't want to spend a lot of time on deciding on things which is not very significant or not very important to us. So what do we do? In all these situations, we follow a simple rule of heuristics. Heuristics are nothing but a mental shortcut or a rules of thumb which most of the times we take to ensure that we are able to sail through the small decisions which we make in our day-to-day life. Behavioral science is one of the pioneer field which has caught attention of many people, and today not only educationists, marketeers, people from sales, people from marketing are actually talking about this subject. It is also the government of different countries who are interested in using the laws of behavioral science, understanding human behavior, and how do we try to influence or change it. Two great examples that comes to my mind. The first being Swachh Bharat Abhiyan for an Indian government, which has been done on the principles of how do we nudge and change human behavior. The second campaign, which we all know has been one of the iconic campaign for the US ex-president Mr. Barack Obama, Yes We Can. The campaign has been designed by the behavioral scientists, which has worked for the ex-president, and it has been really been one of the case studies in the behavioral science field. And hence, now I'm going to talk about a very beautiful book called How to Change by Professor Katie Milkman. Professor at the Wharton University has written a beautiful book about identifying what are the barriers for habit change and what are the different strategies in which we can alter and change the behavior. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to talk about 4 such barriers and one of the ways in which you can handle that barrier. The first barrier is present bias, or we call it impulsivity. What does it mean? It means that we don't want to make a lot of effort to gain something out of the present situation. We always avoid that situation. We know that right now smoking is not good for health, but because we don't see the impact of it happening immediately, we do not act on it. we want to do few things, but we are not really enjoying that aspect, and as a result of that we don't do that, and we would want to focus on a lot on instant gratification. Let me give an example of how to solve it. One of the beautiful concepts which has been given by the professor is called temptation bundling, which is you bundle two behaviors, one behavior which you should do, which is right for you, and one behavior which you do, which is something which you like doing. So for example, you want to do the dishes and you are not really keen about doing it. However, you want to see a series or a new episode on Netflix. So you do a temptation bundling. You do the dishes while watching Netflix. This is something which very interesting thing which I've also applied in my life is I was not very happy about going to gym every day and spending hours there. So what I did is I picked up the thing in the beginning which I didn't like, which was going to the gym, and thing which I like, which is listening to the great marketing podcasts on marketing and other things, and I mixed them together, and now I'm a very regular gym goer, and I'm actually continuing with that behavior. The second barrier for habit change is procrastination. Procrastination is something where we delay things because we don't think it is important. We avoid taking a decision. We just think over it, mull over it again and again, and feel that this is the right time when I'm going to do the decision. So one of the ways in which professor has talked about handling this is called commitment devices. Now commitment devices are things which make you commit to things, and as a result of that there is no option of procrastinate about that particular decision. So let's say if you decide that I am not going to eat a lot, then I would commit to myself that I'll start with small plates. If you want to save money, then you would commit that I would invest in a monthly SIP so that I will have enough money towards the end of the year or towards the end of the financial goal. The third and the very, very common one in terms of behavior change is laziness. We feel very lazy to change a particular behavior. We are not really great at deciding or making a move towards taking a good decision. So one of the ways to handle laziness is to set up defaults. Now default is one of the very fundamental behavioral heuristics which has been used across various streams of work, and whenever you feel that you want to get out of that laziness thing, you set a default to it. So for example, if I don't know or I don't like to walk a lot or to the office or to the staircase, then I would set up a default that whenever I come into the office, I will always take a stair. I will not take a lift and things like that. So there are many ways in which default can be worked around. Default as a behavior weapon has been used across different fields. Like I was saying, let's say for example, have you ever noticed that for many years, or there are some people for many days, we don't change the wallpaper of the phone which we a new phone which we buy. We don't change the settings of few things which we buy, whether it is television, whether it is any electronics devices, for few days, because default is in a way giving that confidence to the consumer or to the person that if somebody has said that, and that is something which I'm not aware of, that is the right thing to do. And hence default as a mechanic or as a tool for behavioral science has been working for many years. Now the fourth and the most important one is we have an excuse for a changing behavior is forgetfulness. We forget things. Memory is fallible. We don't remember a lot of things. What do we do with that? Now Professor Katie has suggested a beautiful way to handle forgetfulness. And the way to handle forgetfulness is called implementation intentions. Now what is an implementation intention? Now if you want to implement a behavior, tie it to the T. Identify the situation when this particular behavior needs to happen. When this happens, you will do this. That particular statement needs to define the implementation intention. So for example, if you are forgetting to, let's say, oil your hair or shampoo your hair, tie that to the T in terms of ensuring that you do not forget it. So for example, if your kid is going to the school or doing his homework on any particular day or any particular time, you tie it to that particular day, that particular day is when I'm going to either wash my hair or shampoo my hair or do any such behavior. If you are able to tie that particular aspect of the behavior in an utmost detail, and if you make it very interesting, that is the time when you'll remember that and you will never be able to forget it, and you will be able to change, or rather I would say nudge the habit towards a positive direction.
So in the end, I would not take much of your time, and I would just like to thank Mr. Binit Kumar to join me for this important episode to enlighten us on this very important topic. And of course, I would like to thank all the listeners who are listening to us right now, and stay tuned for the next episode.